Hello and welcome back to the Trainers of the World Tournament. I'm your host, DeltaTDS, and today I'm joined by my co-host, Will.
There's another Lopany. Get me out of here.
And today we've got Unova gym leader, Cheren, taking on the Team Rocket leader, Giovanni.
This one looks to be a pretty good match. I mean, just looking over at Giovanni's team, the most glaring thing here is he's got a Mega Mewtwo Y.
Yeah, by far the highest special attack in this entire tournament.
Yeah, I mean, to compensate, we have thought about these things. There's kind of, if you weren't aware, a little bit of a level scaling system going on here that kind of tries to balance things out when we have Pokemon like that. You'll see that the Mewtwo is actually level 90 when most everything else is level 95.
Yeah, so
just an attempt to kind of even the scales a little bit.
Hopefully this level balancing works. But
I mean, Cheren does have a couple scary Pokemon of his own.
And then a Liepard.
The Liepard's there too. I mean, Superior, pretty strong. I believe that thing has Contrary.
Yes, very useful ability. Giovanni leads off with Nidoking as Cheren leads off with Gigalith. Not with the Sandstream.
Yes, no Sandstream. But what else does this? Does this thing get sturdy? Is that what it is?
I believe so, yes.
Gigalith sets up Stealth Rocks. This might be the first hazard we've seen the entire tournament.
Is it?
I think so.
I swear we've seen it before.
I think maybe we've seen some spikes in one of the previous matches. I don't think we've seen a Stealth Rock. I might be mistaken.
But that Earthquake does take out the Gigalith. But it did its job. It got the Stealth Rocks up. Lopunny coming in.
Stealth Rock's just such a useful move, You don't really think about it, but over time, that thing's going to be doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Lopunny takes it out. That Nidoking, getting some revenge. Scrappy preventing the Intimidate drop.
Which I didn't even know it does. I thought it just hits ghost types.
I think that was a fairly recent change.
Was it?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you for certain, but yeah.
But we've seen this Lopunny does have Ice Punch.
It's not going to be super good into an Arcanine, so choose to switch it to the Haxorus instead.
Arcanine going for that close combat to get as much damage as it can before falling to Haxorus' Earthquake.
Yes, Cheren using their own Earthquake, mimicking what that Nidoking did. Gliscor's not a Pokemon who's gonna care too much about that.
It sets up the Tailwind as it takes a Rock Slide.
That's an interesting move on a Gliscor, I must say.
I mean, I don't imagine it helping out Rhyperior much.
No, probably not. I mean, really, I kind of feel like it's probably just going to be helping the Gyarados most of all, primarily. I mean, Mega Mewtwo Y, Arcanine, both pretty fast.
Yeah.
Here comes the Superior. Probably going to be seeing something like a Leaf Storm maybe out of this thing.
Contrary Leaf Storm. Weakness Policy. Oh, we've got the Coil. This does not have Contrary. Interesting. So it's already +3 in its attack, +2 in special attack, +1 in accuracy. Thing just got so many buffs in just one turn.
Yeah, that was a huge turn for the Superior. I I mean, thank God this thing doesn't have stored power or something like that, you know?
Yeah. Giovanni sending in the Mewtwo, and Ice Beam takes out that Superior. Not letting it even use any of its newfound power.
Yeah, I mean, even with that, all those boosts, I mean, Mewtwo is just so powerful.
And it just switches out. Just like that. Literally just came in for the Superior and then just dipped.
Ooh, Megahorn doing a lot of damage to the Cinccino.
It does survive, but that Bullet Seed's doing quite a bit.
Yeah, bringing it all the way down to 9% and flinching it.
Oh, it looks like this Cinccino's got the King's Rock.
King's Rock, yeah, I was gonna say.
Which I don't think King's Rock activates for every individual hit. So it was just that 10% chance.
Well, it worked out in Cheren's favor there.
Yes. Very useful flinch. Aura Sphere taking out the Cinccino.
Well, rest in peace.
This Mewtwo's just terrifying.
It really is.
It's only like 3 foot, but God, there's so much power in there.
And just a little, short little alien dude, but you do not want to mess with it.
Lopunny coming out as maybe an answer to this thing.
Lopunny, of course, being a pretty quick Pokemon, hits the return, yes,
And-
takes out that Mewtwo.
Wow. Gyarados is sent in. Once again, Scrappy blocks that Intimidate. But
Yeah, return not quite doing it on the Gyarados this time.
I mean, it took out the biggest threat in the room. So
Oh, it definitely did.
that will definitely help Cheren. And he wins. Game number 1.
Impressive. Yeah, Cheren's doing a fantastic job standing up to all the powerhouses on Giovanni's team.
That is true.
You know,
I wish we could have seen the speed, but I believe Lopunny's just barely faster than Mewtwo.
yeah, did and powerful enough as well to take it out with that return. Did it 75%. You know, probably could have done more, but it's all that it had left.
Yeah. Our battlers are back on the field now. So, last game we saw Nidoking and Gigalith lead off.
Gigalith, yes. Gigalith setting up that Stealth Rocks, of course.
I wonder if he's going to lead off with Gigalith again to get that Stealth Rocks up again.
I mean, I think it worked out for him pretty well.
Yes, plus we didn't see if this thing has sturdy yet. So it could.
Superior instead coming out versus the Gyarados.
Immediately getting the attack drop from that Intimidate.
Not that Superior probably cares too much, but would have been nice if this thing had Contrary, you know?
Yeah. But then it wouldn't be able to make use of that weakness policy.
True. I don't think that... Is that how weakness policy works?
I think so. I mean,
I think you just have to get hit with a... I mean, the weakness policy is an item, not an ability, of course, so I think you just have to get hit with a super effective hit for it to activate. It doesn't really have much to do with the ability.
Yeah, but it's still a stat boost. All stat boosts are
Oh,
inverted.
true, yes, okay, I
Oh.
understand. I see what you're saying.
Oh, you're
I
good.
completely did not connect the dots there.
It's been a long night. Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
But that Ice Fang taking out the Superior. Not letting it do much again.
Well, maybe next game. Lopunny coming out into this Gyarados.
Now we know this Lopunny has Return, which dealing a lot of damage and barely surviving that waterfall. It's got Return, it's got Ice Punch.
Pretty fortunate that this Lopunny is still faster than the Gyarados with that Dragon Dance set up.
Yes. And it goes for another Return to take it out. As Giovanni's...
I don't know if Giovanni has much of anything to outspeed this Lopunny. Arcanine does, of course, get Extreme Speed, so that might be the plan here.
Goes for the
Close Combat instead.
Close Combat.
You gotta wonder, was it planning to hit something else on the switch, or was it just hoping that it wouldn't die to whatever Lopunny did?
I think he was hoping to not die. Because, I mean, that Return does quite a lot.
It really does.
But it does look like Arcanine does have that Extreme Speed. So, surely that's what he was going for.
Ooh, Poison Point activating on the second hit of this Tail Slap. That's kind of the downside to some of these multi-hit moves against, just some specific matchups where it's just a % chance to hit, on hit.
Yeah.
You hit them more times, well, there's more chances that you're going to get poisoned.
Arcanine has sent out his Cincino to drop its attack, which is very unfortunate for it. Extreme Speed dealing quite a bit of damage to it.
Yeah, I've kind of got a soft spot for Cincino. This thing, it looks so unassuming, but with all these attacks, Tail Slap, Bullet Seed, Rock Blast, all these multi-hit attacks that it gets, it can hurt real bad.
Oh. As it's doing barely anything to this Rhyperior.
That was not a good example.
No. Bullet Seed. Again. Not doing much.
Rhyperior
Looked like it was
so tanky.
Ooh. I mean, that attack drop did hinder it a lot.
True, I don't know if it would have made a massive difference, but definitely didn't help, that's for sure. If I were Cheren here, I'd probably be bringing out the Haxorus, also a good play. I maybe would have gone for the Lopunny, but yeah, Stone Edge crit maybe mattered there. Ooh, Power Punch. I mean, gets the attack boost there, but at what cost? Liepard coming out, Fake Out, doing 3% damage, flinching this Rhyperior, of course. Very reliable move there. But you gotta wonder what else this thing has to hit the Rhyperior with. Mega Horn crit, bringing a Liepard down to its sash. Liepard is going to be able to go for another Night Slash here, take out this Rhyperior. Now, what is Giovanni coming in with? He still has that Mega V2Y sitting in the back. Let's see what he can do. Arcanine instead. Of course, this thing having Extreme Speed. Pretty much a guaranteed hit. Yep, there it goes. Liepard goes down. And Giovanni winning match number 2.
We haven't had one since match number 10.
Yes, this is should be interesting.
Now, we've seen the Gigalith and the Superior lead from Cheren. And we've seen the Nidoking and Gyarados lead.
Yes, I really kind of want Cheren to return to that Gigalithic lead because it worked out pretty well for him in the first game.
Yeah. Sends out the Haxorus,
Instead.
and Giovanni just letting the Mewtwo out off rip.
Gotta imagine that we're seeing the Mega Evolution here. I wonder what Haxorus is going to be able to do to this thing. I mean, Mewtwo Y, not exactly a tanky Pokemon, but it's powerful enough to probably just destroy this Haxorus.
It does have Ice Beam.
It does.
Which I believe Cheren does know. Unless he forgot. This Mewtwo is just terrifying all around.
Very much so.
Aura Sphere, Ice Beam. Ice Beam almost KOing that Liepard.
Well, we know that this thing has Fake Out and most likely Prankster as well.
Not
Chooses
even
to go for Night Slash instead. Interesting.
very interesting choice there. You'd think it would go for Fake Out and then Night Slash.
You'd imagine, unless they were predicting the switch.
Probably. Haxorus coming back out and it takes that close combat.
Depending on the rolls there, might be able to take a second one of those. Really impossible to tell for sure. Choosing to go for Crunch instead from the Arcanine.
As Earthquake takes out that Arcanine.
And I was about to say, probably Mewtwo coming back out into this thing.
Yep, there goes Ice Beam taking out the Haxorus. Ooh.
I wonder what Cheren plans to do about this thing now. I mean, obviously we saw Game 1, Loopney was did a good amount of damage to it, but I don't know if it's going to be able to do 100%.
I mean, it might be able to do something to it.
Liepard coming out instead. Is it going to go for Fake Out this time, or is it going to instead go for a second move, hitting another switch?
Surely it does. Oh. Goes for Night Slash again.
Gets
But it does.
poisoned in return, though.
Unfortunate.
Liepard's got one more move left in it before it goes down. Let's see what it is.
Another Night Slash.
I wouldn't even be surprised, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's dealing quite a bit to that Nidoking.
Brought it all the way down to 17%, which, I mean, hey, I think we were kind of clowning on this Liepard at the very beginning of the set, but, you know, I'm not mad at it.
No. I've noticed
Just saying,
we've been making fun of a lot of Pokemon, and
and
sure
then
enough.
we get proven wrong, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, Giggle's setting up the Stealth Rock.
Late rocks there. You know what would have made Liepard better? If he was running Dive Cats. You heard about that?
I have not heard about that, no.
Never heard about that, man. That was a great video. It basically, because it was like a
Oh,
prankster assist team. Ooh, that's surprising. Gigalith taking out the Mega Mewtwo Y.
one hit.
Call
Insane.
that a one-hit wonder.
Anyway, you were talking about the Dive Cats?
So it was like you would run Liepard and what's the pre-evolution? Purloin, I think.
Yes.
And you would just run assist on him and prankster, and you would give him a lagging tail. So, and then the only other Pokemon you'd run on there is just stuff that can't call,
Oh god.
can't be called from assist. So prankster would activate on assist to make it move first every time, and then the lagging tail would make the second part of dive hit last all the time. So you were basically invincible because you're moving first to dive underwater, and then you're moving last to resurface. So you're skipping 2 turns from the enemy, essentially, and then diving right back underwater. There was nothing they could do about it.
That is ridiculous.
It was really crazy. I mean, if you get rid of the Lipard, you know, if you have, like, another priority move or anything like that, then, like, once that thing's gone, you win. But it was really hard to get rid of it.
That sounds crazy.
So I think they had to change the way a couple of the components to that combo worked because of it.
Quite a bit happened. I think we saw Rhyperior faint.
Yes, we saw Rhyperior faint. I believe we saw... I mean, Gigalith went down, I believe.
Nidoking did.
Yeah, let me quit yapping real quick. We've got got a Superior in here. It's up to 3 times attack, 2 times defense, 1 accuracy boost, and a special.
Taking out that Gliscor.
Gyarados Intimidate, dropping the attack back down to 2.5, but that's still a really high number.
Yeah. And it takes out that Gyarados. You know, Cheren, despite the odds, put in a lot of work.
Yeah, Giovanni's got to figure something out here. This Leaf Blade just tearing through his team. And that is it.
Wow. Mega Mewtwo Y loses in round 1. What do you know?
And life sure is unpredictable.
Cheren moves on to round 2, where he will be facing Crasher Wake.
That should be a fun match right there.
And then tomorrow we've got Berg versus Morgan, another bug specialist. Which
let's look forward to that.
Yeah. Until then, take care.
Catch you later.